Hi guys, this is Ms. Smith, and today we're going to learn how to write equations of proportional relationships. Before we begin, let's talk about our learning targets. And we only have one for today, which is write the equation of proportional relationships given a table or a graph. Before we begin, we have two vocabulary words that we need to go over. The first vocabulary word is direct variation. Now, direct variation is just a fancy word for proportional. So whenever you see the word direct variation, you're going to write the word proportional. All right, let me quiz you. Whenever you see the word direct variation, what are you going to write? Hopefully you thought of the word proportional. So direct variation means proportional. Direct variation means, proportional. All right, number two, constant of proportionality. Constant of proportionality is just another fancy word for unit rate. Constant of proportionality means what? Unit rate. Constant of proportionality means, unit rate. All right, one last thing. Sometimes we use the letter K to represent the constant of proportionality. Now, you would think that constant of proportionality, you would think that we would use a C, right? But no, we're going to use a K. K stands for what? Constant of proportionality. All right. So instead of going through the slides with the example problems, I'm just going to make up my own problem. Now, I don't know about you, but oftentimes I might go home and I might just do something like this. I don't know if you can guess what I'm about to draw, but this may or may not be you at home in front of your TV. All right. Now, if you rather put your face in front of the computer and be on YouTube all day, you can pretend that this is YouTube, but let's just pretend that we're watching TV. Now, I don't know what your favorite show is, but to be honest with you, I like Colony. If you haven't seen that, you need to check it out. But hey, I'm getting way off task. Now, I don't know about you, but I really sincerely feel like it's wrong to watch TV without eating something. So we're going to go ahead and put some cookies right here. Now, this is a bag of cookies. And the great thing about this bag of cookies is it's an unlimited, never-ending bag of cookies. Now, I don't know what store you get this bag of cookies from, but just go along with the story. All right, so this person right here, Miss Smith, let's just call this person Johnny or John. John is eating cookies in front of his TV, and as time goes by, he's noticing that he's eating more and more cookies. I'm going to write a table, and this table is going to show you the amount of cookies that John is eating. So he looked at his little watch, and he really noticed that some time went by. So we'll put minutes right here, and he ate some cookies. So I'm going to write cookies right here. This is going to be our X value, and this is going to be our Y value. All right. After 6 minutes, John noticed that he had eaten 12 cookies. After 7 minutes, 14 cookies. After 8 minutes, 16 cookies. And after 9 minutes, 18 cookies. Now, John, he really started figuring out that he's eating way too many cookies. And even though this is an unlimited bag, he's really getting out of control. But you know what? He wants to write an equation. He wants to write an equation to determine how many cookies. We want to write an equation to determine how many cookies he will eat after any given number of minutes that go by. So let's say that John sits in front of the TV for 60 minutes, which is a whole hour. How many cookies will John eat in 60 minutes? Well, we can continue this pattern, or we can go ahead and write an equation. So we're going to go ahead and write an equation. In order to write an equation, we first have to see whether or not this relationship is proportional. So step one is this proportional? All right, if it's proportional, then we can go ahead and write the equation. All right, remember, in order to determine whether or not this is proportional, we have to find the unit rate, UNIT rate. All right, how do we find their unit rate? It's just whatever the y is divided by whatever x is. So in this case, y is the number of cookies, so we have 12 cookies, and we're eating it in 6 minutes. Okay, and that means that the unit rate is 2 cookies per minute. All right, let's look here. 14 cookies in 7 minutes. That's also 2 cookies per minute. Okay, 16 cookies in 8 minutes. Well, that's 2 cookies per minute. And 18 divided by 9 means I'm eating, or he's eating, sorry, I'm putting myself into this. He's eating 2 cookies every single minute. All right, so the answer is yes. Since this is proportional, we can go ahead and write the equation. So the equation is just going to be y equals kx. All right. Well, what is k in this case? Remember, k stood for constant of proportionality, and constant of proportionality is just the unit rate. So the equation then would be y is equal to, well, the unit rate is 2 cookies per minute, so 2, and we keep the x there. So all you're doing is using this equation, y equals kx, and replacing k with the unit rate. All right, well, what the heck does this mean, y equals kx? Or what does y equals 2x really mean? Well, remember, y represented the number of cookies. So the number of cookies is going to be equal to 2 times the number of minutes. Remember, x stood for minutes. So the number of cookies equals 2 times the number of minutes. So let's figure out if John watches 60 minutes of TV, then we know that the number of cookies that he's going to eat is 2 times the number of minutes. So the number of minutes is 60. That means after 60 minutes, John will have eaten 120 cookies. And that, my friend, is what you call out of control. Hey, hopefully you enjoyed that last example. Hopefully you understood it. If not, make sure you push pause, go back and rewind, and listen to it again. If you have any questions, raise your hand. I'll be there. Before we get started on our next example, I want to do a shout out, because in our next example, we're going to talk about YouTube. And that means I need to give a shout out to none other than 6 period PRIOD students. And what student am I about to shout out? Daniel, of course. Daniel. Shout out to Daniel. If you haven't joined already, Orange Alpaca is his YouTube channel. So please subscribe. This is going to segue into our next example, because I'm about to show you my skills. Here we go, on the mic. All right, I'm not going to sing now, maybe later. Anyway, next example. All right, we just finished going over how to write an equation of a proportional or a direct variation relationship using a table. Now we're going to go ahead and go over how to write an equation by looking at the graph. And you know what, guys? I'm going to insert myself right in here, right into my presentation, because hey, guess what? I am the one creating it, so I can insert myself right here. All right, looking crazy and crazier as this goes, but hey, let me let you in on a little secret. I have just recently become a Justin Bieber fan, and you know what song he got me at, guys? He got me at Despacito. Despicito. Despacito. Okay, let me calm down. I really like that song. But you know what? I like that song so much that I really think I'm going to start a YouTube channel, And I'm going to go ahead and chart the number of subscribers I have after I initially launch my YouTube channel. So this right here represents 0 days. Okay, so we have 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to label this x-axis the number of days. And remember, this y-axis right here is charting my subscribers. So I'm going to write subscribers. All right, my subbies here. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you get updates on all my great karaoke songs. All right, starting with Justin Bieber. So let's say we have 10 subscribers, 15, and 20 subscribers. And we're gonna name this graph. We're gonna name this YouTube followers. All right, so let's just say that after 2 days, guys, I already have 10 subscribers, and I honestly think they're probably not even 10 from my class, because they're probably 10 from, just people hearing me, walk around campus singing. They're probably 10 of those. Okay, now after 3 days, some students in class, they kind of catch on, and now I have 15 subscribers after 3 days. And after 4 days, guys, I think I'm going to be going viral here soon, because after 4 days, I have 20 subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and connect this. Now, I'm just doing this freestyle. I don't have a coordinate plane with the grid on it, so this doesn't look perfect, but I'm going to label my points to 10. Okay, remember, 2 is your x, 10 is your y. X was the number of days, so 2 days I have 10 people. By 3 days I have 15 people. And by 4 days I have 20 people. And we want to know whether or not we can write an equation. Alright, equation. Guys, I suck at spelling, but give me a little bit of grace. Can we write an equation? We can only write an equation for this line as of this point if this is a direct variation. Remember, direct variation is this direct variation. Remember, direct variation is the same as proportional. Okay, remember, a relationship is proportional if the line is straight. Okay, this is as straight as it's going to get, guys. Straight line going right through this point, the origin. And yes, this is a straight line going through the origin. So yes, it is a direct variation. So we can go ahead and write the direct variation equation, or the proportional relationship equation, which is, do you remember, drum roll, drum roll? Hopefully you're thinking y equals kx. Yes. This is the equation that we're going to use for proportional relationships. Remember, K represented the unit rate. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. K is the unit rate. Okay. Now the unit rate, is it subscribers per day or days per subscribers? I think it's going to be subscribers per day. Doesn't that sound a little bit right to you? Now, if you're not sure if you put subscribers or days on top, it's always y on top and x on bottom. So the unit rate is whatever your y value is over x. Okay, so the unit rate, or K, is equal to, well, what's on the y-axis? The number of subscribers. And on the x-axis, we have the number of days. So how many subscribers do we have per day? This is our unit rate, our constant of proportionality. Now, to figure that out, we can use any of these points, because this is a proportional relationship. When we divide our subscribers by the number of days, we're going to get the same answer anyway. So I'll pick this one right here. So let's say the number of subscribers here is 15 subscribers in 3 days. And if I divide here, K is going to equal 5 subscribers per day. Okay, so every day I get 5 new subscribers. All right, so I'm going to take this constant of proportionality and I'm going to throw it right in here for K. So y is going to be equal to 5x. This is our equation that represents the number of subscribers we get based on the number of days. All right, well, let's go to the next page and let me show you how that works. since y was equal to 5x, we had our coordinate plane. Y represented the subscribers, x represented the number of days. So instead of y, we can say that the number of subscribers is equal to 5 times the number of days, D for days. So we can make a prediction. All right. How many days are there in the month of October? Because I want to see, if I start my YouTube channel October 1st, how many subscribers will I get that month? Let's see, 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Okay, obviously October has 31 days, right? So let's figure out how many subscribers, how many subs after 31 days. Okay, if my equation is y equals 5x, or the number of subscribers is equal to 5 times the number of days, well, how many days are we talking about? We want to figure out how many subscribers after 31 days. So I'm going to write 31 days. So the number of subscribers will be 5 times 31. 5 subscribers a day times 31 days. The number of subscribers will be, well, 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. 155 subscribers. All right, guys. After 31 days. All right, hopefully this helped you figure out how to write an equation of a proportional relationship. And let's look at one more. All right, here's the boring book again. But hey, guys, we got to go over it. We want to know whether or not this information below shows a direct variation. If so, then we have to find and interpret the constant of proportionality. Remember, that's the same as unit rate. So write unit rate. Okay, constant of proportionality is unit rate. Direct variation is proportional relationship. Okay, is this a proportional relationship? If so, find the unit rate and then write an equation representing the relationship. Well, if this table, it represents that graph, how do we know if this graph is a proportion? How do we know if this is a proportional relationship? It has to be a straight line through the origin. Is this a straight line? No. I'm sorry. Yes, it is a straight line. Does it go through the origin? No. So it's not a direct variation. Yeah, variation, because B-E-C-A-U-S-E, although it is straight, although the line is straight, it does not go through the origin. All right, and because it's not a direct variation, we're not going to write an equation. We're only going to write equations for direct variation. All right, hopefully this video helped you. I'm going to go ahead and sign out, and you know what? I'm going to go make some YouTube videos for my new channel. Peace out. I will see you in class.